Okay. So when do you usually clean your room? When nhá?
I clean my room.
No.
I usually clean my room in afternoon.
Inni, not inner được
In
chưa?
the afternoon.
Afternoon.
The afternoon.
Afternoon. Nhớ năm ba tú. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay. Do you usually do the housework? Do you know housework?
Yes, I do. I
I
usually do. I
do
usually do the housework.
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 Okay. How often do you do the housework?
I do housework once a week.
I do the housework.
Once a week.
Nào, tôi đọc cả câu full sentence.
Yeah. I usually do housework once a week.
Nào, nếu như mà em đã có once a week thì em có sử dụng usually đằng trước không? Đấy, đọc lại.
I do housework twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. Who do you usually do the housework with?
I usually do the housework with older brother.
With your older brother. Okay, so when do you usually do the housework?
I usually do the housework in the afternoon.
In the afternoon đúng rồi. Next. Do you usually do your homework?
Yes, I do. I usually do my homework.
Okay. How often do you do your homework?
I do my homework every day.
Now, not every. Là gì nhỉ? Every
day.
Kiểu này chắc phải là
Every day.
Every đọc 15 lần.
Every
5 lần, 6 lần, 7 lần, 8 lần, 9 lần. 9 lần. Còn thiếu 6 lần nữa.
Every day.
Ok, every nhớ chưa? Cả buổi đấy chỉ đi đọc lại chữ every thôi vẫn sai. Ok. Who do you usually do your homework with?
I
Usually
do my homework. I usually do my homework alone.
Okay. So when do you usually do your homework?
I usually do my homework in the evening.
In the evening, okay. Do you usually do you usually study English?
Yes. Yes, I do. I usually study English.
How often do you study English?
I often study English twice a day, twice a week.
Twice a week. Who do you usually study English with? Me, right? Me, right? Nào em trả lời đi. I usually
study English with
my teacher.
My teacher or my friend.
Okay. When do you usually study English?
I study English.
No, I usually.
I usually study English in the afternoon.
Okay. Do you usually listen to music?
Yes, I do. I usually listen to music.
Chờ. Đây này, chờ
I
này.
listen to music.
How often do you listen to music?
Yes.
Now, how often?
I listen to music every day. Every day.
Every day. Không còn được lặp lại nữa rồi. Good. Okay. Who do you usually listen to music with?
I usually listen to music alone.
Alone. When do you usually listen to music?
I usually listen to music in my free time or in the evening.
Okay. Do you usually check your check Facebook?
Yes, I do. I usually check Facebook.
How often do you check Facebook?
I check Facebook every day. Every day.
Sửa sai rất kịp lúc nhá. Okay, good. Who do you usually check Facebook with?
I usually check Facebook alone.
When do you usually check Facebook?
I usually check Facebook.
Nào, check không có S nhá. Ai cơ mà?
I usually check Facebook at noon, in the afternoon and in the evening.
Okay. Do you usually go out? Đi chơi hoặc là đi ra ngoài. Đi chơi đi, mình gọi là đi chơi.
Yes, I too. I usually go out.
How often do you go out?
I go out every day.
Who do you usually go out with?
I usually go out with my friend or my family.
My friends. Nào đọc lại nào. Những người bạn của tôi đúng không? Đọc lại nào.
Yeah.
Friends.
I usually go out with my friends.
Ai nữa?
And my family.
When do you usually go out?
I go out. I usually go out in I every go out
nào khoan
in the morning.
Không có every I go out nhé, mà sẽ là I usually go out cộng với thời gian đằng sau, nhớ chưa? Tôi trả lời lại nào, tôi trả lời lại chị nghe nào.
I usually go out in the morning, in the afternoon and at noon and in the evening.
Ok, nhớ nhá, buổi sáng thì mình có dùng là in the morning không? Mình sẽ dùng là gì nhỉ?
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay. Now you can ask me. It's your turn.
Yes.
Bây giờ em có thể hỏi lại chị nhá. Rồi em hỏi đi. Sử dụng những cấu trúc vừa rồi.
Do you usually make breakfast?
Actually, I don't usually make. Actually, no, I don't. I don't usually make breakfast.
Yes. Do you usually?
No. Usually.
Okay. Do you usually go jogging?
Yes, I do. I usually go jogging.
How often do you go jogging?
Nhớ nhá, mình không có đọc là how often, mình đọc là how often. Rồi đọc how often 5 lần.
How often, how often, how often, how often, how often.
Okay, good.
How often do you go jogging?
I go jogging twice a week.
Yes.
Mm.
Who do you usually go jogging with? With.
I usually go jogging um with my mother and my younger brother.
Yes. When do you usually
Usually,
when
usually,
when do you usually
usually.
when do you usually
Mm.
go jogging?
I usually go jogging in the evening.
Yes. Rồi
Mm.
chị chuyển sang slide khác.
Okay, next.
Uh, do you usually go to work?
I usually go, no, I don't. I don't usually go to work. I just work from home. Mm.
Uh, do you usually go to market?
Mm. Um, I, I, yes, I do. I usually go to the market.
How often do you go to the market?
I go to the market twice a week.
Uh, who do you usually go to the market?
I usually go to the market alone, and sometimes I go to the market with my mother.
Uh, when do you usually go to the market?
I go to the market in a market near my house. It take me fif- it take me 5 minutes to go there.
Yes.
Hmm.
Chị chuyển sang slide.
Okay.
Uh, who you usually play sports?
I usually play sports. Um, no, yeah, yes, I do. I usually play sports.
How often do you play sports?
I play sports once a month.
Who do you usually play sports with?
I usually play sports with my younger brother.
And when do you usually play sports?
I usually play sport in the afternoon.
Yes. Chị chuyển
Okay.
slide. Uh, do you usually clean your room?
Yes, I do. I usually clean my room.
How often do you clean your room?
I clean my room every day.
Who do you usually clean your room with?
I usually clean my room alone.
When do you usually clean your room?
I usually clean my room in the morning or in the afternoon.
Yes. Chị chuyển.
Okay.
Do you usually listen to music?
And yes, I do. I usually listen to music.
How often do you listen to music?
I usually listen to music every day.
Who do you usually listen to music with?
I usually listen to music alone.
When do you usually listen to music?
I usually listen to music whenever I'm free.
Yes.
Okay.
Chị sang trả chat
Mm.
slide mình. Uh, Do you usually go shopping?
Yes,
Go
I
shopping.
do. Yes, I do. I usually go shopping.
How often do you go shopping?
Um, I usually go shopping. I go shopping once a month.
Yes. Who do
Mm.
you usually go shopping with?
I usually go shopping um with with my mother or
Or
alone.
when do you usually go shopping?
I usually go shopping in the afternoon.
Yes. Chuyển sang slide.
Okay.
Uh, do you usually go to a cafe?
Mm.
Go
Go to
to a cafe.
a
Cafe.
cafe.
Go
Cafe.
to a cafe.
Yes, I do. I usually go to a cafe.
How often do you go to a cafe?
I usually go to a cafe once a month
Who do you usually go to a cafe
with.
with?
I usually go to a cafe with my friend.
Yes, and when do you usually go to a cafe?
I usually go to a cafe in the evening.
Yes.
Rồi, còn muốn hỏi nữa không?
Ui.
Ok, bây giờ mình nghỉ ở đây cũng được. Rồi, bạn Tú có học thêm được vào vào chiều chủ nhật không nhỉ? Chiều chủ nhật em rảnh không?
Chiều chủ nhật